for the MLS. But guys, let's stay within the local realm in Orlando City specifically. What are some of the expectations you guys have for them coming into this season?
Well, I think this might be the year that, they have to make the playoffs. I mean, we saw last year they were just outside, just underneath that line, almost making a push into, into the next round. But, we assembled a pretty good team now. You have guys like Antonio Nocerino, which the biggest signing of the MLS offseason, in my opinion. And I think, with that organization in the midfield and Kyle Larin up top, the monster goal scorer, rookie of the year last year, they need to be right back in there. They need to be pushing for a playoff spot if they want to, keep that consistency throughout the year.
It's playoffs or bust. It has to be. Look at the spine of the team. Look at Seb Hines and Aurelian Collin back there. A very, very good centre-back partnership. Then you've got lots and lots of really, really good holding midfielders. You've got Nocerino, but you've got Higuita and Seren. Seren's the workhorse on that team. If Seren has a bad game, the rest of the team have a bad game. And then you can play, you've got Kaká and Kyle Larin, which everyone knows about. Nocerino can play anywhere across the midfield. That spine is so, so strong. And if they can give good protection to Joe Bendik so he doesn't have to do a whole lot of saves, like out of the ordinary, Orlando City should be at least top 3 in the conference, at least.
And that was like some of the problems that, we saw a little bit last year is, the defense and sometimes the midfield getting a little bit flustered and dropping some points. But as long as, they stay composed, Kaká, leader of the team, telling everyone calm down, they're going to be fine. I think, honestly, they have to push for a top spot in the conference.
Yeah, we go across the country to Seattle Sounders, out with Obafemi Martins and in with Jordan Morris. Guys, what are some of your expectations for Clint Dempsey and Jordan Morris up top this year for Seattle?
I think, we're all excited about Jordan Morris. As a U.S. men's national team fan, you want him to perform well. But at the same time, we also have to remember he's fresh out of college. So, he's going to have those sort of games where, he's not going to be, he's going to face some tough competition. He's got defenders, in the LA Galaxy and, Vancouver to deal with. But I think, last year he was on fire for Stanford. So he's going to bring that, directly into the Sounders, and having the leadership of Clint Dempsey with him, that's going to help him even more because, he was with players like Obafemi Martins. He knows what it's going to take for this team to push back into the conference finals.
He better be ready to score, though. Obafemi Martins, he scores 15 goals last year. Got all those assists, that great chemistry with Clint Dempsey. He better come out firing because I don't know who else is going to score on that team. You can't put all the weight on Clint Dempsey and you can't put all the weight on Jordan Morris either. They've got to work together to get that 25 goals and those 15 assists.
So expectations, are we expecting the Seattle Sounders to be as good as they have been in recent years?
I think so, honestly. While Obafemi Martins, it's a big loss, they still have the...
Live from the Nicholson School of Communications, it's tonight's the night season finale. With special guest Don Price, and later West 2's Stuart Moore and Angela Taylor, and musical guest Diamond Dixie, and later Pathos. And now your host, Chris Nielsen.
Hey everybody! Hello and welcome everyone to tonight's the night season 2 finale. Can you believe it's our last episode? And this is an awesome crowd. Give yourselves one more round of applause. This is awesome. This is cool. So because it's our last show, we decided to go an hour long. So we've got double the doses of music, double doses of the guests, and your favorite host, me. So now let's get down to some jokes. Let's go. All right. An underwater robot searching Scotland's Loch Ness has found a prop version of the lake's famous monster that was used in a film from the 1970s. Despite being a prop, this is still the biggest piece of evidence to support the existence of the Loch Ness monster that's ever been found. An Arkansas man was arrested for filling a water cup with soda, which means that all of us are guilty and we could be arrested at any time. The spring semester UCF football game just passed. For the uninitiated, it's the perfect excuse to drink before 5 o'clock and not look like an alcoholic. A Canadian man has been sentenced to 5 years in prison for having 51 turtles stuffed in his pants. Yeah, the story is funny itself, yeah. I can't help but think that he could have gotten away with it if he had just started pulling it out like it was a magic trick. Just all of them, like, da, 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 da. This was on purpose. It was announced Wednesday that Universal Orlando has raised the prices of its annual passes. One group not upset by this? People who bought the passes last week. They're like, yes. Mariah Carey hosted a party where all of the guests were asked to come dressed as their favorite version of her. It's an interesting idea, but it sounds like her personal assistant was trying to send a message when she showed up as zombie Mariah Carey. Once you dead. A Florida man returned to Connecticut to admit to stealing a color TV 27 years ago. There's a valuable lesson here. If you're going to steal something, wait until what you've stolen has become valueless and then admit your guilt. They won't care. A teenager in England was able to pass their driver's test despite hitting and killing a deer. Is that a good idea? Because I had to retake my test because I couldn't parallel park and this guy killed something? Okay. A photo of Prince George meeting President Obama wearing pajamas has gone viral. He's still better dressed to meet the president than Vladimir Putin because he showed up in an I'm with stupid t-shirt. I'm glad that's not pointing at me. It's very close, yeah. A video recently surfaced showing Prince kicking Kim Kardashian off of a stage. That's yet another reason why we'll miss him. This is the final episode for Season 2 of Tonight's Tonight, but before we take a break for summer, there are a lot of movies coming out this summer. It's a big time for movies, movie blockbusters, and they always make like millions of dollars. So I decided I want in on this. So I came up with some ideas that I think these movie executives are going to like. So, all right, check it out. Last year saw the release of the 7th movie in the Rocky franchise, Creed. Where do you go with one of Hollywood's greatest franchises now? I'll tell you. We have everyone's favorite Philadelphia-born, meat-punching boxer team up with another one of cinema's greatest characters in this genre-bending, horror boxing buddy film, Rocky Meets the Wolfman. See, they look like they're having fun there. It's fun. Japanese monster movie icon Godzilla has had many, many foes over the years. Mothra, Rodan, Mechagodzilla, and King Kong, just to name a few. But you know who I would really like to see the king of monsters face next? How about a king of American broadcasting? The one and only Larry King, and Godzilla versus Larry King. How do you get so big? I would so watch this movie, though. That's wonderful. Now, I felt like the 1983 Academy Award winner for Best Picture, Gandhi, was in need of a sequel. Now, I know that particular film isn't exactly open for a sequel, mainly because, spoiler alert, Gandhi dies. But bear with me. In this film, Gandhi looks to take his revolutionary social awareness and nonviolent protesting to new places, specifically in outer space, in Gandhi 2, Space Gandhi. There it is. There's a sunset inside of his helmet. It's very peaceful there. It's nice. Look, that's in cursive. Huh. And finally, about 15 to 20 years ago, there was a trend of having movies where the animals play sports and stuff like that. Okay, well, it's time that someone brings that back, and that person is me. With the tale of a Vegas-dwelling, high-rolling simian gambling chimp. He throws a different kind of craps. Get it? Craps as simian. All right. So if any studio executives are watching, you are free to use any of these ideas as long as I get my cut of the box office returns. So, for a surprise later in the show, actually, so moving on, we're going to do sort of a Mad Libs type thing, so I'm going to need some audience suggestions. I'm going to need you'll see it later in the show. So, but first off, I need a location. Iran? Okay. I need a profession. Nurse. Okay. And I need a thing. Hat or light? I heard light. All right, cool. So we got those down out there? You'll see that come back later. It's confusing now. You'll figure it out. All right. Tonight's Tonight would like to welcome Don Price to the show. Everybody give him a round of applause. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So first off, could you tell us a little bit about your profession? It's rather, some would say it's unusual.
Yeah, I'm a cemetery sexton. I control, sexton's a very old word. It's an antique term. It's basically for the guy that controls the burials in a city. So I'm lucky to oversee 120 acres of burials in Orlando. And we're kind of the keepers of all of Orlando's history.
Now you also you also run the Moonlight History Stroll. What is it called?
Yeah, the Moonlight History Stroll.
Nice.
We do it once a month on a full moon, and we talk about stories about Orlando's history. We talk about T.G. Lee, Harry P. Lew, the Bumbies, the Robinsons, the Gores, people that you would know about because you know the streets, the buildings, and all in Orlando. And it's just a neat way of getting the history about by talking about them. And nothing on the tour is designed to jump out at you or any of that.
Oh, really?
If it does, it's real. I'll tell you that it's real.
No, speaking of that, what's the spookiest thing that has happened on this tour?
Really, we don't have that much spooky happening on there, but we do have this cat that follows every tour. We can't figure it out, but this cat actually follows every single tour.
And hey, he likes the tour, apparently.
I guess.
That's a good endorsement. The cat likes it. Now, how did you get into the profession?
By accident, really.
Okay.
Just basically local history. I loved local history. I loved the stories and all. So I started working. I ran out of money for school. The city had a position open. It was like education reimbursement. I was all over it. So got in there and worked in the archives department for the city. So years later, it kind of went on that I started overseeing the cemetery. So it was kind of the paper history moved into the physical history of the bodies part of it.
Nice. Now, what's the best part about working at a cemetery? Like, what can you tell us about working? Because we don't know.
It's the family.
I don't know. Maybe somebody knows.
Yeah, it's the families.
Okay.
That's the best part. I'm lucky enough. I've been there 30 years now, so I'm actually on the second generation of families. So when you go to a funeral home, you deal with people for 3 days or 4 days. But when you're at a cemetery, we deal with you for generations. So I get the good and the bad. I get the people that get upset because the grass isn't green enough, and I get the people that are just happy that we give them a nice place and we tell stories, and we make it a nice place to visit instead of just kind of a sad, depressing area.
And I'm sure the tour helps with that, having the tour there to keep things lighter for
Correct.
people. Yeah.
Correct. We tell stories, and every month we do them for a charity. We pick a local charity every month. The charity's representative, a representative from the charity will show up. And then after we pass a bucket, and that's kind of our way of giving back to the community.
What's your favorite story to tell on the tour?
I think my favorite is Fred Weeks. Fred Weeks was a gentleman that came from England to Orlando and wanted to buy land. So he met up with 3 men, and he trusted them because they were attorneys. So of course, what can go wrong?
Right.
So
Lawyers.
yeah. So he wanted to buy this land. So these 3 guys took him out. They saw the land. They said, you know what? We started tearing down some trees. We got a little fire going. It's best land in Orlando. So he came back 3 days later. He bought swampland. Unbuildable swampland from these guys. So he bought the very first spot as you came into Greenwood, and he carved a verse from Luke on it. And it said, a certain man came down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves. And he carved their names on his headstone. So of course this didn't go over too well.
Yeah, it's a little, that's interesting.
So they gave him his money back.
Yeah.
So then he built this mausoleum. So we have one of our mausoleums, same thing on the property, built for him and his wife, carved it on the same verse on the front door of this mausoleum, and carved their names on this door. When he died, the night he died, the next morning the names disappeared.
What?
So there is a blank spot where the names were under the verse.
Wow.
So that's
a
probably my
cool
favorite.
story.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, what's the biggest conception about or misconception about working at a cemetery? What do you want people to know that it's not like to not misunderstand about your profession?
Well, I love people when they know we're not a sad place.
Okay.
I like to tell people that, although we mourn the passing and all that's there, but still the person that passed, we got our morals from, we got our ideas from, we learn things from. So, we celebrate birthdays, we celebrate anniversaries, but we never celebrate the death. And so, I kind of like to get the cemetery across to people that, hey, come enjoy a picnic. Come throw football out there. We have joggers and strollers. We have all, we're just a place that houses the city's history.
Nice. Now, do you believe in spirits? Because if so, do you think the spirits of the deceased are roam the cemetery, or is it like that's what you often hear about?
Yeah,
so I don't know if
I'm not real sensitive, as they say.
Okay.
And I guess you really wouldn't be, because if you sit around, we have approximately 70,000 burials there. So that would sting every day someone coming to visit you because you were, just so sensitive.
That's a lot of spirits that would be
just
very,
so, complaining about the water, the grass, or so on.
Yeah.
But we are listed on some websites as being some of the most active or haunted. We do a ghost tour about 3 times a year that we bring a company in, so that people that like that or into that have a chance to do it, and it's, you know, it's supervised and we're insured and so on, that they can do it without jumping the fence and worrying about, you know, going to jail.
Right. Now, so how do that would be bad. Now, how do you feel about these reality TV shows that focus on a lot of this stuff, like like Ghost Hunters and what's another one? I don't know. I can't think of another one. Never mind.
well, the Ghost Hunters. There was something the other day that kind of cracked me up about them. They've been on TV for 12 years.
Oh, really?
Never caught a ghost. Scooby-Doo, 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes on
Exactly.
Scooby-Doo,
He always
they caught a
found
ghost.
one.
But you know, I don't know. A lot of people say I've just never been connected to it. When it comes to the ghosts or the feelings, I don't have them.
Okay.
And but I'm welcome. Anybody who wants to come out and see.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that come to these tours expecting this kind of
A lot of
sensitivity.
people do. And even on our normal monthly tour, it's not designed as ghosts, it's more designed history.
Okay.
But we still have a lot of the folks that come in with the cameras and the equipment, and we don't mind as long as, you know, you kind of keep as the motion of the tour. And don't, you know, go a different direction, don't interrupt and so on. But yeah, it's fine with us.
So now we do have the Mad Libs thing I was telling you about before. Could you help us out with that?
Sure.
Okay. So can you give us an adjective and a verb?
Ooh, adjective, sparkly.
Sparkly. All right, we got that. That's a good one. I like
Verb, digging.
that. Diggy?
Digging.
Digging. Gotcha.
Digging. That's a
Digging.
verb.
Gotcha. Sparkly and digging. Okay. Thank you very much,
Thanks.
Don Price, for joining us. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we've got a special Tonight's the Night scavenger hunt and then a musical performance by Diamond and Dixie. So stick around. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Really cool stories you got. Hey everyone, I'm here at Playlist Live Orlando 2016.
Playlist Live is like a party on steroids, in my opinion. Awesome. Just you meet celebrities, YouTubers, just all around. It's one of the most. It's like I say, it's bigger than WrestleMania.
Missed Playlist Live Orlando? Check out Playlist Live Washington, D.C., September 2nd through the 4th. Earlier this week, 2 of our correspondents went on a little scavenger hunt around UCF's campus. Let's see what they found, what they were looking for.
Welcome to Tonight's the Night's first ever scavenger hunt.
Probably.
Didn't watch season 1.
We're not really sure, but either way, it's going to be a good time. The 2 of us are facing off. We have a list of tasks to complete, and each task is worth 1 point.
Whoever gets the most points by the end of the day wins.
Which is going to be me.
But really, it's going to be me.
I'm going to be the winner.
100%
We
she's
all
going to
know.
lose. I'm
It's okay.
Gonna trash her.
We've accepted it.
Okay. Excuse me. Will anybody buy me food? Anybody?
Convince you to maybe like buy me something here. Like it could be really.
So camera's supposed to be more convincing?
I mean, you tell me. I'm studying. I'm studying in no. What the?
But can you buy me like a number one, please? Just a number one. That's all I'm asking. Thanks, man. Look, they said this would be hard. But I made a man of generosity today. Andy. Hey, Andy. Waving to the camera.
Staff member right there. Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. Yeehaw! There we go.
We're killing it. We're killing it. Look, I'm only asking black guys if they're athletes. I think that's going to be the fastest way to get the point. You're an athlete, man?
Kind of.
Kind of? You're still an athlete?
No.
Yeah, you know. Nope, don't matter. You're an athlete, dog?
I work out.
You work out? That ain't what I'm looking for, but thank you.
Finding an athlete? Pretty sure I just found him. Pretty sure I killed the game. Carleton's going down. Hi. Do you play football here? I would assume with the shirt. Can I get a high five? Because I need to find an athlete.
River, are you an athlete, man?
Say what?
Are you an athlete?
Physical?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
You're a black guy.
You are good, you're good. Thank you so much.
Oh, hey, Carlton, what's up?
What up, dog?
My dog.
So,
Tiebreaker.
tiebreaker. We're about to do it.
Winner takes all.
Mario Kart.
It's going down.
Gonna totally trash her. You ready for this?
I was born ready. Are you ready?
You know what? Let's just turn on the game. Just turn on the game.
Turn on the game.
Here we go. Lexi, you can't win. I got it. Lexi.
No.
But Rachel.
There's no way. Are you serious? There's no way. I could see the finish line. I came back.
Oh man, that was a good game.
Final lap, I came back. That is just not cool. All right, so unfortunately, I was pretty close to victory, but didn't end up getting there. So
I snagged it. She had jaws of
I was
victory.
so close to the finish line. I saw it in front of me. Didn't happen, but we had a great time.
We did have a great time.
I still won,
Okay.
but it's okay.
Still won.
We'll give him the title.
She let me win. But thank you all viewers for staying with us today on this Tonight's Tonight scavenger hunt. Hopefully we can make this an annual tradition. Thank you for watching.
We're gonna have a rematch. Stay tuned.
Oh, is this what's happening?
Yep.
That's the tease. Okay, back to you, Chris.
Oh.
We hope you enjoyed the scavenger hunt. I'm now with our first musical guest for the night, the Diamond Dixie. Not Diamond Dixie, sorry. So, thank you guys for coming on the show. Could you tell us a little bit about what got you guys into music in the first place?
It's a funny story. Our dad actually played guitar in high school, and when I was in 4th grade, I signed up for my school's talent show, not having any musical experience prior to that. So I signed up, and surprisingly, I made it past the audition and on to the talent show. So it was my dad, and then I played and sang, and played guitar and then sung, and we did Ready, Set, Don't Go by Billy Ray and Miley Cyrus, and after that, as a younger sister, she just kind of tagged along. So.
Oh, so you're just a tag along.
Yeah.
So, what influences your style the most? Are there any particular artists that you guys look to for inspiration?
Yeah, I feel like one of our main inspirations would probably be Miranda Lambert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we like a lot of obviously we're country artists, so we like a lot of the like older country, also like Johnny Cash and all those guys. So yeah.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about the song you're going to be playing for us in a little bit?
Yeah, it's a song that I wrote about a year ago, and it is our latest single on our CD called Don't Come Back Around.
Nice. So what inspired you to create the song?
I had this one friend in high school that had this one boyfriend, and it was her first boyfriend ever, and she was kind of like weird about it. He was one of those guys that kind of like took her down the wrong road, so to speak. And everyone could see it except for her, and so that's kind of what this song is about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, really quickly, can you guys give me 2 adjectives for the Mad Libs? Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy?
Crazy, and I can't think of one.
Any adjective at all?
Think quick. Hurry.
Nervous.
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 Sorry.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so all right, can you guys play a song for us?
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
Thank you. Take it away.
He was dressed in black, she was dressed in white, about to say I do. But suddenly he didn't want to, 'cause he had another girl that caught his eye. And it's been like this for a long time. She ripped her veil off, threw the flowers on the floor, and walked up to me. Mascara tears rolling down her face, but she didn't even speak. So we hopped in the front of that 65 Mustang fastback. We drove away on a full tank of gas. We won't be hitting the red lights, nothing but green lights. Pedal to the floor, leaving dust behind. And you go get your gun, 'cause we're gonna ignite. So light it up, burn it down, down. Tell him to stay there, don't come back around. Well, that girl looked at me from the passenger seat, said I'm only 19. This is kind of crazy, but you and I make a pretty good team. We drove so fast and we were out of town for the church service ending. Only scared of going back again. Yeah, yeah. Don't need the red lights, nothing but green lights. Pedal to the floor, leaving dust behind. And you go get your gun, 'cause we're gonna ignite. So light it up, burn it down, down. Tell him to stay there, don't come back around. Now we're out of money, yeah, we're out of gas. Living like outlaws in that 65 fastback. Well, the boy dressed in black came back around to make amends. So I rolled my eyes, 'cause it all just started again. Oh yeah, yeah, don't need the red lights, nothing but green lights. Pedal to the floor, leaving dust behind. And you go get your gun, 'cause we're gonna ignite. So light it up, burn it down, down. Tell him to stay there, don't come back around. Yeah. Don't come back around, no. Don't come back around.
Dixie for that amazing performance. You guys sound awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, up next we have a word from Donald Trump, an improv performance by Friends Without Benefits, and an interview with the WESH anchors Stuart Moore and Angela Taylor. So stay tuned. Really, that's awesome. I love the banjo playing. What's your favorite part about Playlist Live?
It's always meeting kind of the people that watch my videos. I mean, it's easy to see comments and subscribers, but when you can put actual faces to the names, that's really cool.
Do you have any beauty makeup advice for me? I don't wear makeup, so I don't really know how you can help me there. But
So I would say that you look pretty nice. Your hair is, I don't know what the kids are saying these days, on fleek. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. There's no rules in makeup. Makeup and beauty is just an expression.
Yeah.
So.
you hosted Spirit Splash.
Yes. Oh
at
my God.
UCF.
So much.
So I want to ask, what's crazier, Playlist Live or Spirit Splash? You got a whole bunch of people going rushing into a fountain. So how can you compare those two things?
Bro, that is the toughest question I've gotten all weekend long.
Really?
I'm gonna have to say,
I'm honored.
Wow. I'm gonna have to say playlist only because of the fangirls.
Yeah.
Like there's no like 10, 9, 8, 7, brrr, we go crazy and then we party for like an hour. These girls party for 4 days. Like
there's no countdown.
3 a.m., 4 a.m. They're literally looking up at the tower where all of us are staying, screaming at 3 and 4 a.m.
Now you guys, you're obviously lovers of music. Do you have somebody that you would want to, dead or alive, that you wish that you could perform with?
Probably Haley Williams, right?
I was gonna say Paramore.
You interact a lot with what, Uber, like with Uber drivers and
Uber pranks.
yeah,
Tinder dates.
and Tinder dates. So could you give me any dating advice? Like what do I need to look out for, especially if like the date's a bomb or something? What do I do?
Okay, I swear, making yourself vulnerable makes other people like you more and open up to you more. So, and that sounds like pretty manipulative now that I say it out loud.
I can be vulnerable and then take advantage.
Yeah.
Missed Playlist Live Orlando? Check out Playlist Live Washington, D.C., September 2nd through the 4th.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you.
Tonight's the night we'd like to welcome, Tonight's the night we'd like to welcome back Friends Without Benefits for a little game called Scenes from a Hat. Yeah, clap, yeah. I will pull out ideas from this hat, this big sombrero, and they will have to act out those scenes. So let's get this started. You guys ready? Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Things you don't want to hear coming from the other stall.
So, it's come to this.
Bad suicide hotline responders.
You won't. Blah, blah, blah. Look, I gotta get home. Can you just move on with your life? Click.
If clowns did other jobs.
Look like you got some leakage there.
Anyone else?
Someone order a pizza?
Oh. Yikes. Things you can say about food, but not about offspring.
Oh, it's so hot. It's so good.
Yeah, you can't say that.
I like everything about it, except for the mushrooms.
Yeah, I definitely have a favorite.
All right. I already did that one. I gotta be throwing these away after I use them. I would give you the clown one again. Other stall, shoot. Sorry about this, guys. All right, things you can say about your phone, but not about your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah, it flips up.
Yeah, it's definitely time for an upgrade.
I wish I could just turn you off whenever I want. I wish you would turn on whenever I want you to.
Okay, I can't read this. Worst places to take your kids to work day.
Another murder. What do you think, son? Aww.
Well, this is where Daddy's going to be divorcing your mother here at the law offices of Snyder and Partners. Yeah, take a good look around. I'm going to get half of everything.
Things. Oh no! One more time. Yeah, no, go. I'm trying to feel it out. No?
So your father works at the sewage treatment plant. Take a good whiff, son. Wasn't that everything you hoped for?
Yes, it was. I'm glad I waited. Things you shouldn't say when putting in a request to adopt a child.
So, it's come to this.
I'm legally obligated to tell you that I'm a registered sex offender.
No Asians, no fats, no femmes.
I'm really just looking for something that makes me a status symbol.
Bad songs to sing in court.
Oops, I did it again.
I don't know many songs, so happy birthday to you.
That would be a bad one. If all movies were updated to seem hip.
So, do you feel lunky punk? Send me a tweet. Go ahead.
Pickup lines for zombies.
You make me dead.
There it is. All right, that's actually. Oh, one more time. One more. Come on, we got one more. Come on.
Give me some of that brain.
All right. Give it up. Tonight's night, we'd like to to bring you this special news update. Oh, whoops. All right. Tonight's night, we'd like to bring you this special news update. Donald Trump has just won the presidential election. We have the cameras over there now to see how Trump is taking on the new role as president. I can't believe how we got this, but we did. Roll the clip.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Thank you for taking the time to meet with us. I'm Agent Hughes. This is Agent Wallace. We're with the U.S. Department of Sensitive Information.
Absolutely. And let me just say that you two seem fantastic. So much so that I postponed a meeting with Secretary of State Rodman just so I could meet with you.
Thank you, sir. Well, let's get right to it. As you know, now that you're President of the United States, you are now entitled to some classified information.
Let's go with UFOs.
All right, Mr. President. The United States currently has scientists at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base working to reverse engineer alien technology that we found at a crash site in New Mexico.
You know, I can't say that I'm all that surprised by that. But what I do know is that we have the greatest scientists in the world. And let me say, scientists love me, and I love the scientists.
Mr. President, that's not all, sir. Our scientists are working with a number of Kazapian engineers.
Kazapians? Well, I love the Armenians too.
No, Mr. President. The Kazapians are an alien race from the planet Kozap 7 in the next solar system over.
I see.
Well, Mr. President, we still have quite a few more envelopes to go through. May I suggest El Chupacabra, the Philadelphia experiment, or even the JFK assassination?
No, that's not going to work.
What's not going to work, sir?
The Kazapians, they're taking American jobs. I'm sure many of them are fine people, but they've got to go.
Sir, with all due respect, the cooperation of the Kazapians is a necessity if we wish to continue to harness the power of their technology. The U.S. has been in great relationship with the Kazapians since President Truman signed a treaty with them in the late 40s.
No, get them out. I want them all out. I want them out in the cold, no coats. We're going to get them out, and we're going to keep them out. We're going to build a wall. We're going to build a space wall. And it's going to be the greatest space wall in history. It's going to be huge.
Sir, we can't build a wall in space. It's just not feasible.
Well, you see, that's the beauty of this space wall. We're not going to. We're going to make the aliens build it, and they're going to pay for it as well. And they'll pay for it in bitcoins or euros or zip-zops, whatever their currency is. And I know we can cut a deal because the aliens, they love me.
Sir, it's just not an option. They're one of our greatest intergalactic allies. They're basically Space Canada.
Fine then, we'll build a force field.
Mr. President, we can't get rid of the Kazapians. Plus, we don't have a force field.
The Chinese do. That's why they're beating us.
No, they don't. Nobody does. Because they just aren't real. We're about to tell you some outlandish, but true information. Like where we're hiding Walt Disney's frozen head. Or how we put the center of a Tootsie Pop inside of the Tootsie Pop. But force fields, they just aren't real.
I think that you two are lying to me, and I don't like liars. But I do like you two, so what do you say we take a peek at that Chupacabra file?
Sir, the Chupacabra is real.
You don't say. It's truly fascinating. Let me say this. The Chupacabras, they love me. And let me be the first to tell you that I love the Chupacabras.
Tonight, we'd like to welcome WESH anchors Stuart Moore and Angela Taylor to the show. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for having us.
So, first off, what made you guys want to become reporters?
Stu?
You know, back in 1989, well before you were probably born, Chris.
Yep, I wasn't born then.
Hurricane Hugo hit my state, which I'm from South Carolina.
Okay.
And the only thing that we had on TV was, you know, literally news coverage, nonstop. We had a battery-operated television back then, if you can believe it, and because we had no power. And so I became obsessed with news then, and that's what I always wanted to do.
That's really cool how a bad event was sparked such a positive.
I was 5 years old when that happened.
Wow.
So.
Well,
that's
it's like
cool.
bad's all we talk about. So.
A lot of times.
That's a lot of the news, so it comes with the territory. So what about you?
I actually didn't want to be in the news. I was a pre-dental major and decided that I was really bad at math and biology. And
Me too. I can probably agree with her on that one,
we're
too.
all really bad at election night is a nightmare. But I was playing soccer in college, and the teacher who did the broadcasting at college said, "Oh, you probably know about football, so do you want to come host this show for us?" And honestly, I knew nothing about football. I only knew soccer. I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with it, and then it was really fun just to meet people and tell stories, and you get to talk and write, and
there you go.
You know,
that's really cool. I like hearing stories about how people got and where they are. So, now you said you were from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yep.
And you're from McKinney, Texas, right?
I am.
Okay, so how do those places kind of differ from Orlando? How do you like? Do you miss things, or there's like
differ from Orlando?
Yeah, or like.
Well, I'm the Dallas area, so we have no ocean. But the good thing about Texas is Texas has a little bit of everything. We've got the plains, we've got the hill country, we've got Galveston, and so. But it's all really spread out. It'll take you like 15 hours from where I live in Dallas to get all the way to the ocean down in Galveston.
So it's not as accessible as here, right?
No.
But she loves the beach. She's there. Oh, I'm going to the beach this weekend.
I am. I'm obsessed with the beach.
And the sky's also blue on an everyday basis. The reason why the difference between Rock Hill and like Orlando for me is the size of the city. I mean, Rock Hill is about 15 minutes south of Charlotte, so there's a major city there. But in my town, I mean, we had 3 high schools.
Oh, wow.
Versus Orlando, where there's like 3 on the street that we drove to get here.
Yes.
So.
He also had to rig his cable, which now you can actually get it
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Do you like being able to report in such an interesting place as Florida?
The one thing about Florida is, I tell people this all the time. On Monday, you may do the strangest, most ridiculous story you've ever heard in your entire life. By Friday, you've forgotten it because you've done 30 other things that are way weirder.
Like
so
the
just give it
crazy
time.
people come. No offense to anybody from Central Florida. However, the crazy people do live in Central Florida, which makes our job, Stewie, which makes our job really fun.
Settle down, you guys.
Yeah. This is a nightly
every day.
basis.
This is every day.
Now, I'll tell you this, Chris, and what you do not realize is, so our intern is a student here at UCF and is a part of your production team.
Yeah.
And all semester that he's been interning, we've been telling him, Freddie, when are you going to get us on your show?
Yeah.
When are you going to get us on your show, Freddie? And we kept pushing him like, Freddie. And he's like, well, guys, I can't. I'm like, no, Freddie, you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And so we're glad we're on tonight's show.
Yeah, we are pressuring him.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming here. That's awesome. That's good to know we have that support. That's really cool. All right, so like, do you ever consider like moving out of Florida, or is it just is Orlando the place that you guys have I know this is
that's a
tough
sneaky question.
I know.
So it's interesting. So I'm married and I have a daughter. And so when I got into this business, I was single with no children. And so your dream is to move up and, you know, maybe one day go to network, or, you know, my dream was to go work in Dallas. You know, this is considered a large market. So for me, it's about quality of life. I love it here, and I could see myself raising my children here. So.
And you know, we also work on contracts. So I mean, you know, you're here for a certain amount of
time. If they don't like
I know that was a tricky question. I just want to see how much you really
like
liked
you. They kick you out.
Yeah.
So you know, her time's ticking. No, I'm joking. But you know, Orlando's great. I mean, it's hard to argue against, like she said, the beach being an hour away. The weather during December, January, February is fantastic.
It doesn't feel like winter.
Yeah, I mean, I like to call my friends
SeaWorld,
and pick on them and tell them it's so cold. I'm like, oh, enjoy that. We'll be here in 75 degrees, burr.
There's a lot here you can't beat. I agree.
Exactly.
So nice here.
Now, there's a lot that you do as reporters. You get to report on funny things, but you also get to report on, like, some things are a little sometimes dangerous or scary. Have there been any, like, big standout moments? What's the funniest moment that you guys have reported?
Let's talk about the time that you sneezed on TV and what came out of your face.
That's not even my funniest moment.
But it's on YouTube. Y'all can just Google it.
I did sneeze at my last station, and you know, snot flew out of my mouth.
Oh no!
Like on TV, it is so
during
nasty.
like the hellos too. That's like the first time people see you, and it's like, and I had to, like,
he's the guy that sneezed.
Yeah, I'm the guy that sneezed. But even funnier than that, we had a. So this is a bad joke, but it happened, and I think it's on YouTube too. So when Jimmy Dean died, obviously Jimmy Dean did a great deal for charity works, and he did, you know, obviously people, you know Jimmy Dean sausage. So we're reading his obituary, and the last line of the obituary. And my meteorologist is sitting there, and then me and my co-anchor are sitting there. This is my last station, years ago. Don't hold it against me. And the line was, "He'll forever be known for his sausage." And it's just one of those tough lines, no matter how you read it, to keep a straight face.
So you want to be respectful,
yeah,
but at the same
you want
time,
to be
it's
respectful, but it's like, God, that's so funny for so many different reasons.
Maybe could have worded that better.
Yeah, we survived the sausage moment, but our viewers there loved us, and Angela and I, we sometimes push the limits when we get the chance.
I'm surprised we haven't been pulled into the office.
I know.
Now, Angela, you when you were playing soccer, like you said before, you were actually struck by lightning?
I was hit.
How is that? This is...
Okay, so nobody believes me when I tell them this story. I promise you.
I had to get her mom to confirm
we had to call her in the middle of the news. So I was in junior high, and we traveled to play soccer, you know, and we were on top of Pikes Peak for some downtime. We are in shorts. We're like, it's in July, right? So we're in shorts, and we're like running, and all of a sudden, this snowstorm comes out of nowhere. So the sheriff is trying to escort everyone off the mountain. And so they said, run out to your car. So all I remember is running, and I hear something, and I'm like face down, and then in the ambulance. And anyway, they checked me out, and they said I was okay. I think some people would beg to differ, but yeah, but seriously.
So the whole thing happened, sorry, forgive me, lightning fast?
Lightning fast, exactly.
I'm sorry.
But I had a burn on my head, and my mom said I smelled like a fire for a while. It's weird though, because like I remember it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those.
You might have dormant superhero powers. We don't know.
I do. Yeah. I always say that's why my hair is so frizzy. Lightning strike.
Now we have a little bit of time left, and could you guys add to our Mad Libs thing going on here?
What's going on with this ad lib thing?
You'll see. It's toward the end. I'm gonna give a goodbye. That's.
Right, I'm gonna say tenacious.
Tenacious. Okay, and I need a verb as well. So I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
there was one adjective, one verb. So
I wanted to do annoying.
Do a verb. Well, that's you.
That's you. You get to do
Give
the
me
verb.
an action. Come on.
No, you do it.
Come on, verb. Let's do it.
Fast.
Fast. Okay, cool. Hey, that always works. All right. Sorry, we're running out of time.
That's okay. We get
But
it.
thank you, Stuart and Angela, for coming on the show tonight. Thank you for coming.
Great job, Chris.
The show's not over yet, though. We got plenty left, including a performance and an interview with band Pathos, and a special Season 2 tribute, so don't go away.
That's good.
Thank you.
Sorry. No. We understand
Just
that
wondering
completely.
why I'm not being screamed about. Because I'm on YouTube, right? I wonder if these people know me. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What's your craziest fangirl story so far? Have people jumped you?
Some people have secretly whispered some inappropriate things in our ear after they were done taking a picture. Several notes saying, meet me here at this time with a winky face on it. It's been a little bit crazy.
How is this a YouTube convention? I haven't seen a single cat at all. You deal a lot with health and beauty and whatnot, so and fashion. So could you give me some fashion advice, some beauty advice? I don't know if
Chris,
Yeah,
I don't think you need any fashion advice.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know what to do with this microphone here. Sorry.
I know. Do you like how I leaned in? I'm all
Yeah,
Chris.
yeah. I don't?
No, I was thinking when you were standing here, I was like, that is a sharp dresser. So A
See,
plus
you heard it. You
Chris.
heard it right from Nikki. All right.
Some more shirts and sweatshirts.
That's happening all the time. Are you guys excited to see Chris Nielsen? Yeah? Okay. Who's excited for Playlist Live? Yes! Woo!
I'm gonna do a Snapchat. I'm gonna try to get all of you in it. Hold on.
Social media is being used now. It's exciting. Playlist Live! There we go. Are you excited to meet Chris Nielsen?
Yeah.
No one cheers when I use Snapchat. I'm still not finding any cats. It's really disappointing. I thought the whole point of the internet was for cat videos, so I'm a little disappointed that I'm not seeing any here. Could you describe Playlist Live in one word?
Insanity.
That's a good one. There's a lot of power in just being able to say a few words, and then suddenly everybody just goes, woo! It's really cool. Like, I can't say it about a lot of things. Oranges! See?
Miss Playlist Live Orlando? Check out Playlist Live Washington, D.C., September 2nd through the 4th.
Tonight we'd like to welcome Pathos to our show. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what got you guys into music?
Sadly, the thing that got me into music is the Guitar Hero games.
That's
No,
okay.
should
That's
be
perfectly
ashamed.
valid. No,
Should be
that's
ashamed.
totally
Middle
fine.
school me.
Isn't that what they were trying to do anyway with
I think
Guitar
so.
Hero?
It works.
So yeah, I buy it. So what about the different artists that you look to for inspiration?
I'm really inspired by Manchester Orchestra, Andy Hall. He's one of my favorite songwriter. Sigur Rós I love. Not necessarily inspired by them musically, but I think they're really talented. I look up to them as musicians. But definitely Andy Hall, Miniature Tigers, Freelance Whales. But,
Now, what about the song you're about to play for us? Can you give us some background about that?
All of the songs I write, I like to write songs that deal with relationships between people, whether it's tragic or happiness, or so it falls somewhere in there. I don't want to give too much information because it.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Okay, so now where can we hear about, or where can we see you next live?
We are playing at Will's Pub on Mills Avenue on May 19th.
Nice.
So it'll be a good show.
Now, social media. People want to hear about you on the internet. Where can people go?
Every social media outlet that exists.
Really?
Well, don't hold me to it, but Facebook,
Yeah,
Twitter,
we'll figure that out.
Instagram, all that good stuff.
Cool. Now, so one last thing. We're doing our Mad Libs thing. So can you give us an adjective?
Frank had a good one for you, so.
Loquacious.
Loquacious. All right, we got that down? All right, cool. So you guys ready?
We're ready.
All right, take it away.
Thank you so much.
Give it a round.
We were taking our chances on a masquerade.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. One more. Come on. Yeah. Give it up.
Thank you.
Thank you to our special guests, Don Price, Stuart Moore, and Angela Taylor for joining us tonight. And also thank you to Diamond Dixie and Pathos for their performances. So, yeah. So now for the Mad Libs. It's been a fun year here at Tonight's Tonight. We've had many surprises. We've had light, nurses, and even went to Iran. We had some sparkly episodes and some crazy episodes. Our writers have made me dig all over the set and fast off our camera. Our production crew is a real nervous bunch, but I love them anyways for always putting on a great show. And finally, thanks to our wonderful producers and each and every night make sure this production is as tenacious as it can be. So from all of us here at the Nicholson School of Communication, we hope you had a fun ride this season, and we'll be back next semester for even more great times and adventures. I'm Chris Nielsen, and have a loquacious night. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you. Yeah, do you play us off? Yeah, awesome. Take it away.
Coming up on UCF Nightly News.